Welcome to this look at a new-ish mod map on Farming Simulator 25 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, it's back, and I'm back. I apologise for the delay in this video. This is another one of those maps I missed. I was away dealing with and doing some stuff. I'm not going to go into more detail than that. So, Ladyhill by FS Landscaping, 373.34 megabytes download. No mods are required for download, which is quite nice. We do have some mods in here. We are at the start farm as well. All three game modes is 1023 slots. I got it down to 892 by removing all the vehicles and machinery we start with and a couple of the buildings, but I would say that comes with a caveat, a warning. Save your game first and try, because a couple of things said they removed. The pen technically did, but the building didn't, and so just, yeah, be careful. We've got to our side here manure heap extension, which did remove, or sorry, silage clamp, manure heap extension, which is just behind us. You can see some on the floor there. Those removed, but then, yeah, just be careful. That's what I would say. So, let's start with build mode. There's no custom crops on this map. Contracts are available, and a whole load came up while I was going through doing this. When we look at the map as well, we will buy some of the plots of land as we go around, because there are a lot of farmlands you can purchase. Some have animal pens, some have silos, some are just yards. So you can either multiplayer, or if you want to choose somewhere else. And I'm pretty sure, again, we go to the map in a minute, it was very different on the previous version of this. There's a few things that have changed. And I'm just being brutally honest, I have spoken to FS Landscaping before about other maps, Ballon Road dairy farming and things like that. And I don't want to annoy him or anything like that at all. It's a kind of tale of two halves. A lot of the map, most of the map is gorgeous. I really like it. I like the layout. I like the way it's done. A few things have changed for the better. A couple of things I think potentially have changed for the worse. There's one thing that, again, I may be using incorrectly, but I'll show you it. And apologies to FS Landscaping. I don't want to do them a disservice, or anybody that does maps and mods and that kind of stuff. But, you know, I will show you what's available. So, in here, under silos, if we come down, we have got there the bunker silage clamp mod, and we got manure heap mod. If we come across, there's under extensions as well, added in just there, just that one. If we come across to tools, and then there's a workshop, the Rough Lane workshop, which is where we are. Rough Lane is the Rough Lane silo. The Rough Lane silo is this one here. But that's not modded. There's a couple of Farmer 400s, 2 or 3 around the map. This one is a standard crop type. It does already have some crops in it, actually, some barley in it. I'm not sure what the capacity is, actually, because it's not showing as a separate silo, but it is there, and it is a silo for your usage. If we come from there to, there was nothing under farmhouses, under sell points. We've got Blevin's transport sell point. And then under cows, now this was the other one that was a bit peculiar. So this under cows there, McKeown. I know I said it in my head, it sounded perfect. McKeown, isn't it? Cattle shed, sorry. A place to keep your cows. The pasture of this building can be customised. Now that's set at 200, but in the description it says it also has a cattle pasture mod that can be placed into any field or yard and removed again without disturbing or reshaping the land. It holds 200 and is free, which will be good for cattle rotation roleplay. It's not free, it's 4,000. And when I tried to place one to test it out, it didn't seem to work particularly well. Oh, I didn't take out my, you might notice I put some money in. I put the money in because I've got some plots to buy, and one of the farms is like 800 and something thousand, so I thought, you know what, better put some money in. I'll remove those in just a moment. Let's try and find a field that we own that's fairly flat. I don't think we've actually got that many that are fairly flat. We'll try it here. So if we go like this, it says 4,000. See it out there? I can rotate it around. But the weird thing with it is, if I now go to place it, oh yeah, flattening failed. Get that a lot. Okay. Do I want to customise the fence? I'm not going to customise it, but you can. No. Do I want to plant the meadow for the cattle shed? Let's say yes. And it's done that. Now it does say it can be placed and moved again without disturbing or reshaping the land. Now when I placed this on my testing, it put a mound rather than a hole, which I couldn't understand. Also, let's see if I can put one further down here. Let's try that. Put that one in. Let's say yes this time. So there's our 2 posts. See, look, there's a little mound there. Let's just, let's just do a small one. Doesn't matter. It hasn't got to be anything crazy. Put that to there. So I'll plant the meadow? Yes, let's plant the meadow. So this time we got a little mound there. But you notice, I've got no icons. I've got no... I don't know, where's the feed trough? Where's the... it's not showing anything. So I don't know if anyone else had better luck than I have with that. It's very peculiar. And yeah, Again, save your game first if you're going to use it. If I come out of here and we go to our map, you see the 2 that I've placed. If I do that and go to it, visit, it puts me here. And here, apparently, this is... I can put animals in it. I can do that. That's not a problem at all. But I can't find... I get information come up bottom right every now and again. There you go. Shows me what it is. This will do 208 because I extended it ever so slightly. But I don't know... Yeah, I don't know where feed troughs are, if there are feed troughs, or you don't even have feed troughs. If it is genuinely supposed to just be a pasture, and because if you've put the animal, the meadow in, they will eat the meadow grass. But it does also say can be removed, and this was the other thing I found. So we come into here and I go to enter demolition. I've clicked all round it, I've clicked on the fencing, I clicked all over the place to remove it. Where it's kind of spawned me in, which was just about here, I've been all around this bit. Places where I thought there might be, where there might have been a feed trough or whatever there might, but I can't remove it. So again, just as a warning, I'm just putting it out there, it wouldn't hurt to be careful. And like I say, I apologize. I'm not trying to knock anyone. I'm just saying that's the thing. It does say there are 25 collectibles. We'll have a look at the map actually while we're here. So this is the map. And I remember doing the map tour on this before, and you started with the main farm here, which I think is Ladyhill, was Ladyhill Farm, I think it is. This time we start on this farm here, and we start with these fields around it. So we go on to farmland, you'll see on new farmer we start with all this. We also start with, on new farmer, farm manager start from scratch, we start with the dairy down here. If we come down to here, it says owned, and then what we've also got available is the lumber mill sell point. Now it does say sell point, but it is a lumber mill as well, so when you purchase it you can run those products. Field prices aren't too bad at all as you go around, and there's a whole load of grass fields because it is predominantly cattle, cows, that kind of thing, but you can run any animals you like, of course. It's entirely up to you. Forestry area here, large area here. We've got some placeable points areas around the map as well, and we also have the periphery, the verges, which can be purchased. If I click on that, that is plot 182, which I think, I can't remember where the tag for it is, up here somewhere, isn't it? But plot 182 is 0. Doesn't cost you anything to buy all the periphery and the verges, which includes the animal dealer here. So the animal dealer point has just got literally the animal dealer buy point. There's no sell point, there's no there's some animal pens, but you've got a big open area there which can be utilised, plus all the roadways and bits and bobs you can pick up for free, which means then for placing of road signs and things, if you want to add any stuff to it, you can, which I think is absolutely great. So pretty much the entire map can be purchased. So what I'm going to show you as well is some of the plots. We've got plot 167 here, which is kind of a small placeables point. Plot 177, also a sort of placeables point. There's a house there, a sort of yard, farmhouse. A little bit run down kind of thing. I'm not going to buy them all, but the ones that have silos and stuff I will. This one's a little bit more. Plot 170, if we purchase that, that's 880 grand. If we buy that, you'll see there we get a silo, we get an animal pen. We do have plot 176 here, so we've got a sell point here, which is a horse riding club sell point, and I did check it. I thought I'd buy it in case you do get like a stable or anything like that. You don't, you can buy that plot of land there as well if you want to. 178 is the same, that's where Noah lives, and you can buy that plot. This one is all part of the verges if you buy all that, so there's sort of houses and bits all over the place. 168 is Ladyhill Farm, sort of the big farm. Now one of the big changes I've noticed on this, you get your animal pen, you get a silo, and this is where Walter is. Oh, where was Ben? Ben was at one of them. Oh, Ben was up here at this farm here. is the previous version of this. A couple of the fields around it had built-in animal pastures. I think this was one of them. They're not anymore. I think that mod that I was talking about a minute ago is the animal pasture that comes with this map now. So those aren't there anymore. I did check. I thought, again, I'll have a look just in case. We come down to here. We've got plot 173. If we buy that, that has got a Farmer 400 silo on it. Plot 172, just there, same, has got a silo on it. If we come back to the end here, there's your animal dealer. We've got the farmer's market. We'll get to that later on. Biogas plant, BGA, is just there. That's zero. Doesn't cost a penny to buy that. So you can buy that, you've got your BGA. I say buy that. You get given it. Then we come up the lane here. We've got this plot here, 179. That's got like an old rundown farmhouse on that plot there. If we come to plot 174, it's the O'Neills and the Hannons. I think this is the Hannons farm. That's got a silo. And then the O'Neills, just here on 175, has got a cow pasture on it, as well as some farm buildings and stuff as well. I think that was all the plots. 180 is the quarry. Now, when we get up there, you'll see... Oh, no, sorry, I apologise. There's a farmyard here. Doesn't have a silo or anything on it. I'll buy it just to show you, but you get that plot of land. It has got a farmyard and buildings. You notice, well, none of them, including our start farm, have a sleeper wardrobe trigger. So you can place those wherever you want. So none of them are fixed in place. You can do whatever you want with those. But yeah, the quarry up here is open in so much as it's not already filled with rock or anything like that. So you can buy that quarry, and if you want to go gameplay route down that, especially there's the additional fill types by Weasel that does the gravels and sands and topsoils and stuff like that, you could really go to town on that and kind of create your own quarry using that mod if you wanted to. But that land is available. Yeah, it's oh, that's zero as well. I didn't check when I was doing my prep. And I thought, oh, when I do the video, I will tell people what it costs. Yeah, nothing. So as far as using that, or you can put productions in it, turn it into a big like industrial zone, so the quarry's being repurposed, or put ponds and lakes, or make it, like I say, whatever you want. Of course, it's entirely up to you. So the map itself. So back to here again. So just outside, a couple I've mentioned already. So you've got the manure heap extension, silage clamp. We do start with silage bales. We've got our clamp roller compactor. We do have our slurry spreader just here, which does have some slurry in it. A lot of the stuff does start with a few bits and bobs in it. We have got the tank there. But this is what I'm talking about, and this is why I'm saying it's kind of tale of two halves, and that kind of thing. It's really pretty and really nice, and like things like this. I love this situation where you've got machinery and equipment that looks worn and scratched and run down and in need of repair, and it's dirty. It looks like the farm's being used, which I think is absolutely fantastic. And it's really pretty, a lot of the map. But then every now and again there's a little clunky bit just here and there. I think I found on the animal pens, the straw plane on a few of them is sat off the ground by a few inches, just a few little bits. It's that little thing. I know for some people, oh well, it doesn't bother me that much, but because I think overall the map's absolutely fantastic. It was good before, and I like this version. It's very cool. So animal pen, we have got calves here. This is 80 out of 80 we've got, so we've got 40. If we go down to there we go. We've got 40 brown Swiss and 40 Holstein calves are in here at the moment. They do have some straw bedding. We've got some slurry already. There's a bit of manure. They do have some food in there. So we're starting with a few bits and bobs as well. We've got our bale shredder. We've got our feed mixer just here on the back of another John Deere farm. Silo here. This does have already in it 62,566 litres of barley already in there. And there's a trailer just sat there. Harvester, header and header trailer just there. Loads of equipment. Again, like I say, it makes the yard just feel better, I think. In here, some grass work gear, plough, forage wagon, and then we come around the corner here. I think these were all hay bales, or were they grass bales? I think they're all hay. Yeah, all hay bales with our baler just there. Curious. Anyway, come around the sides here. We've got a workshop tucked away inside the building here. If we click on this, you'll see all the stuff. So all the stuff that's outside, I mean pretty much in a perimeter around it, all of this and that stuff there is showing as, so your kind of workshop trigger, I mean you can bring it into here, or you can, there's a few different locations where the workshop trigger will work. We've got Livestock trailer, we've got a flatbed bale trailer, cargo trailer, whatever you want to take it on it. And then up in here we've got another John Deere tucked away with a few bits of detail, decoration. And what I will show you as well, if I can get through here, just out the back there was a double gate just there. Here we've got straw bales as well. So the component parts for Total Mix Ration, or that for bedding. So we have got a few bits and bobs in here. Can I get back through the door? I can. I say no sleeper wardrobe trigger, but our house is here, and now we're going to crack on around the map. Because I've already purchased all the various different plots, I don't have to buy them as we go, which should make that side of things a little bit faster. And because we're starting from a different point, I've said this before, when I do map tours on maps that have been out previously, it's interesting how I find I do the same route. Because I'm starting in a different place, the route altered, and I got to a point as well, I'll show you in a minute, which I don't remember on the previous version of the map, which might well have been there. And I suddenly thought, oh, okay, I can change my route here, which makes life a little bit easier. But it's like I say, the landscape, the sweep of it, I really, really like it. So if we turn in here, this is McKinney Distribution Sell Point, and that little plot I was talking about, I think, what plot number was it? 167. It's a little plot there, kind of a placeables plot behind it, for whatever you want to put in there. Then the McKinney Distribution Sell Point is just in the back corner here. And we come out from here, and we're going to go past a couple of the plots. Or one of the plots, 177, that I said is like a farmyard. Now, some of the farms I couldn't remove any of the buildings at all. A couple, the ones that had a silo or had a manure heap, I was able to. And then some of them, like this one here, is kind of part of the verges of the map, so not a separate place that can be purchased. So here's plot 177. So you've got a farmhouse at the front, again no sleeper wardrobe trigger, and then not a lot of detail either, so you can add in, you know, imagine you're coming here and it's run down, derelict, hasn't been used for a long time, you've bought up the plot, you've bought up the farm, and then you can add in your own trees and flowers and plants and decoration and make it your own. You know, I mean that's the same on any map I guess, but the fact it's on here, I like it. So, dairy, just down to our left, like I say, we start with this in all three game modes. We also have a forklift truck down here, which it's here in all three game modes, so it's there for you to use. Plenty of tankers. So there's your forklift tucked away at the back there, and you do start with a couple of pallets already. There's nothing else in here, but the pallet's already here. So when you want to start bringing your milk over, you can then get it cracking on with whatever you're going to be doing. Then we go from here to that larger plot, the one that was 800,000, a little bit over. And this is a bit of a drive up. We've got a little bit of a drive, kind of all round about. Oh, it does say in the description that all of the gateways have mud texture. Is it just me? I know I'm sure it wasn't initially like that. Whether it's been in one of the recent updates, but the animal mud texture. There's a couple of animal mud textures, depends on what map you're on. I used the animal mud texture on my Sunshine Forest Let's Play to make it look sort of like a wet mud, and I couldn't get over how much that texture, how much deformation that texture had. So when you drove through it, it was like driving through wet mud. And I don't remember it being like that when the game first came out. So yeah, all the gateways have got a mud texture, which I noticed even driving this. It really leaves tyre tracks in the mud. I like that. That's cool. So we're coming up to plot 170. Ben is here, hanging about, lurking, the custodian of the farm. There's an errant bag here of seed. I don't know why. I drove past it earlier and thought, oh, I want to jump out. Yeah, it is genuine. It's just a bag of seed sat there. Again, I don't know why. It's very, very odd. So, just here, cow barn, should I say, which will do 200. And then we have got a manure heap extension just over there, and then plenty of barn and shed space. There's no silo at this one. Again, no sleep and wardrobe triggers, anything like that. That barn door does open once you're on the land, of course, for storage and stuff like that. And again, just go to town on your landscape and whatever it is you want to do. I'm going to head out back here. And so this is where I kind of go way off what my previous map tour did on this map. Yeah, so when I was saying earlier on about how some of the things have changed, I think, for the better, and some not so much. I preferred the pastures around the main farm, but I guess this gives you the option then to place pastures wherever you want. I think it's always a dilemma for map makers. If you put pastures in, then especially ones that are fixed that you can't move, then it limits people to them placing as many pastures as they want to of their own type. But then sometimes you've got maps where if it is sweeping terrain, or not just sweeping terrain, it can be, some of it can be quite steep, unforgiving, let's just say that the placement of your own pens can be trickier. So it's always a difficult one, for map makers to decide what's the best way of going about this. I'm just going to open up the gates. I will come back and close them, don't you worry. What's the first rule? Always close the farm gates, and we will come back to that. Don't worry. So I'll show you where we are and where we've been. So we started at our farm just here, the start farm, let's just call it that. Out here and down there to McKinney distribution. Down there we had a quick look at 177 to the dairy, then up this lane here, all the way to top where Ben is, here to this farm here. Then we came out the top here, and we've come up here, followed this all the way up to the lane here. So at least that way we can take in this end of things and get that all done as we kind of sweep down back through the map, I guess. Just justify my own decisions. Another sort of large open, I suppose, placeables area really. It's not got any crops on it, but open meadowland up the top here. Again, for whatever you want to do, make it your own, build your own massive farm on there, or But I like the fact, again, that all of the land is purchasable. It does make life a lot easier for what you want to do. So I'm just taking it all in. So this is the horse, not the horse sell point. The sell point is just here around behind the building. So this is the one I thought I better buy it in case there's a horse pasture as part of it. There's not, but I just thought, again, I better do. So this is the horse riding club. It does have a name. Let's just double check what that was. No, not farmland. I want to click on, let's come off that, go to that. I'm still doing it. Lavery Horse Riding Club sell point. So there's a sell point just there. Come back on the road here. We've got Blevins Transport coming up on the right hand side. Whoa, which is just down there. So that's Blevins Transport sell point. That's the plot I said about that. I think that's the one that Noah lives on, if I recall correctly. 178. So you can buy that plot again. A farm, sort of, not even really a farm area. It's the house with some shelter barn stuff. I'm sure Noah was there. Let's quickly whiz up. I'm looking down to the left of my map. It definitely is. It definitely possibly might be where he is. There he is, out the front. There we go. Look. So shed and barn space here. But again, plenty of space to add in whatever. Now we continue along here, and we're coming to. Oh yeah. So that was that. No, it's 168. So 178. Now we're coming to 168, which is Ladyhill Farm, which is just here. Now this was something I mentioned, I think, on the previous version. I just found this bit here. Like I say, there's a couple of little bits here and there that are a little bit clunky, but it does say, "Welcome to Ladyhill, a real location in County Antrim, Northern Ireland, just north of Lough Neagh." Now, it may well be that in real life, if you look at the map on Google Earth or whatever it is, it may well be that that looks exactly like that. I don't want to say, oh, this is when you turn in, it's quite a big pronounced hump on there, I'm going to leave the vehicle here because we are going to come back out from here. Because like I say, on the previous version, I'm pretty sure there was a cow pasture, or was it a sheep pasture here? There was a cow one here. I think there was a cow one out in here. So these are all just normal fields now. But there's your big farm. We do have a cow barn pen. Actually, might come down into here actually. This is what I was talking about. Yeah, just a little bit. It's just raised up a little bit. It's a tiny thing, but it's glaringly obvious. When you turn, you can see it's kind of lifted. Anyway, so here, 266. Yeah, I think this actually goes around here, doesn't it? Yeah, around there. And then we have got in the yard itself plenty of shed space. Farmer 400 silo, just there. We do have the farmhouse and stuff. Again, no sleeping wardrobe triggers, so you can put them in as you want. Water's there for a chat if you fancy it. That's actually got a main driveway in. I just sort of came in sort of the side entrance. I might message FS Landscape actually and ask, because I've been away, I've been kind of out of the loop a little bit, and because of some of the stuff I was doing while I was away, and well, yeah, like I say, I wasn't going to go into any details, but I was trying to avoid, if possible, answering emails and doing sort of work-related stuff. So when all this stuff came out and a load of mods came out, as is always the case, I mean, the first day I was actually travelling, we were in the van and we heading up, and I think I was, 300 miles into the trip, and I got a message saying all mods are out, and straight away 2 maps. I was like, oh, it was 3 maps initially, wasn't it? But then that 4x map was removed, and I thought, why is it always, every time I get in the van to go somewhere and do something, they start dropping maps like Billio? I don't get it. But anyway, yeah, so I haven't really reached out to anyone, so I might ask, because I'm curious about that thing of what, when you are making a map and you are making the newer version of the map for the newer version of the game, what decision process goes into changing the start location? Why do people, why do map makers do that? I don't know. I'm just curious. It's, anyway, that other farm, the other one. This was plot. Was this 172? No. This is 173. Yes. Plot 173. I mean, at the end of the day, I showed when I bought them. Yeah, 173. There we go. They're all on the map. It's fairly straightforward. So we've done a kind of weird kind of loop round. Come down here. We're going to come out to here, then come back up, and then take in the bits out on this side. Like I say, it's the only way I could really work out to do it as efficiently as possible. But again, main farmhouse, loads of shed space, farmer 400 silo, standard crop types, and a yard for your use should you wish. But again, if you are going to remove anything, save the game first before you try and do anything. That's why I always have my auto save interval turned off, because there's nothing worse. I know when I first started playing the game way back, and you would make a change, sell something, remove a building, and it was almost every time you could guarantee that you'd look and go, oh no, that hasn't worked how I wanted to, and then the game would auto-save, and there's nothing you could do about it. So I was like, right, that's coming off, not auto-saving anymore. So plot 172 was on the corner, so we come down to here, we're just going to turn in here. I love as well, I think I said when I did the previous map tour in here, the signposts, everything is really well signposted, you can't miss it. So again, this farm area here, farmer 400 silo just there. Now we take a quick whiz out here. We've got a bit of drive in between places now. That's for later. That will come in very handy. I mean, look at it. Isn't it? It's just pretty, isn't it? It's really lovely landscape. It's really pretty than some massive biogas domes. I don't mind them actually. I think they look alright. So, just in here, animal dealer. Like I said, look, massive open expanse, and this is all part of the verges of the map, which cost nothing to buy. So if you want to turn this into an industrial zone, put more placeables, factories, productions, whatever you want, there's loads of room down here. So Katie is here, just over there. Animal dealer point just there. Come out of this exit just here. And turn up here. Go round the corner. We come to the farmers market. Which is just in here. Trying to knock over any pedestrians. Just coming to buy some tomatoes, and some bloke reversed out. Wallop. So, biogas plant, which we've already seen, cost nothing to buy. Up on the hill. It's standard with regard to what it will take in, what, you know. Materials in, products out. This one's a little bit trickier, I think, if you're going to do placeables, because again, you get all this land. There's no silage clamp on this plot, as you can see, but I mean, up here might be a little bit easier, but it's not the. I was just about saying that it's not the flattest bit of land. I mean, yeah, obviously. So yeah, it might be a little bit trickier, but once land is purchased for free, you get that. And the reason I opened that other gate as we drove down was we have the secret entrance exit out the back here. Is that not open? There we go. Let's go. So again, you can see the tyre tracks on the wet mud texture. Really more pronounced than driving on other stuff. So back onto the main road. And then we're going to head out to the northeast. I accidentally turned traffic off. I suddenly thought I haven't really seen any traffic. Bear with me a second. No, traffic's on. Weird. Maybe it's all further round, doing another loop elsewhere. So. Turning on the right, just here. Lots of signposts. We've got coming up the vehicle shop with workshop just here. This is the reset point for the map as well. That door does open. You can go inside the building there. Like I say, this is the reset point as well on the map. There you go. Nice. From the vehicle shop. So there was that plot out to the side. I'll use the landscaping tool. I won't say what I normally do. It seems to be causing a lot of consternation. So turning just here. The map. Yeah, so this plot here, 179, which is actually, if you click on that there, what we're doing. There we go, 179. So do that, follow that track all the way along here. Then you've got this here. So a little farmhouse at the end, also a little farmhouse, lovely house at the end here, and some old farm buildings. But that's part of that plot there. If you want to purchase that. And again, you might be going down a whole storyline thing. You might have moved into there and just bought that little bit there and decide, I'm going to get into farming, and off you go, and you know, and then just go for it. Do whatever you want from there. Have I missed a plot? Hang on a second. Oh no, I don't think so. I think that's part of the the outskirts, verges and periphery. It is, yeah. There's a lot of forestry actually as part of it. If I click on there, see that's all part of it, including this big area here, which considering that doesn't cost anything. I mean, we're passing it on the left-hand side here, so all this area, that's a lot of sort of sapling, woodland, wildings, I think is how they kind of refer to it these days, wild meadows and that kind of stuff. So the Hannon Farm and the O'Neill Farm is where we're heading out to now. So ones I said earlier, the Hannon Farm has got a Farmer 400 silo on it and some farm buildings. And the O'Neill Farm has got a cow pasture. Cow pasture holds 200. And what I will show you as well when we get there, because the actual animal dialogue trigger icon is actually away from the rest of the icons. And again, I'm fully aware I'm late to the party on this one, so you know, people have probably been playing on this since it came out. But if you are new to it, or you've been waiting for my map tour, or whatever you might have been doing, you might be wondering where the trigger is. That's why. So there you go. Farm building. There you go. Farm buildings. Silo just there at the Hannon Farm. What we'll do is just to swing around to the road here. I'll hop over the fence because the main farm is there for the O'Neill Farm, but the dialogue box for the animals is just here. So here's our trigger there for our 200. But if we do that and come across here, you'll see that our milk trigger is just there. We've got size clamps, and then you got our slurry point is just there. Feed trigger is just there. You can see this straw bedding area as well. Manure heap extension, I think it's manure heap extension, is all there. Again, put in your sleep trigger, wardrobe trigger, whatever you want to do at the farm as well. Oh, it's a plant. I looked to the right, I thought, what is that in the field? So, I'll see you back out of the main road in just a moment, because we are going to go from here back up along there, all the way along this road there, all the way to here, and then we're going to head up. So I will see you as we come out of here, because that's where we turned, and we'll go from there. So, turning north again, ish. Yeah, pretty much. Now, when I did the previous map tour on here, the woodland to our left, which as we've already seen is part of the extent of the map, the extensions, I went round and round this woodland, and there was a fence all around it, and you couldn't get in. I couldn't work out how to get in there. But I'm pretty sure, where was it? Have I driven past it already? Just up on our left as we go a bit further up. I'm pointing, you can't see me pointing. There's a gap in the fence, so you can actually get into that woodland this time. Again, it's a small thing, but it makes a big difference. Debris crusher just to the side here, and this is the lumber mill sell point, but obviously then it is a lumber mill, so just there. So it's 100,000 to buy, just there, and then just past it, and the next bit of the road over. Again, we're going to yeah, we're going to here. So if we come back out of here, because there's no gateway between here into there, when we come back out of here, we'll go up. It's a little turning here, and here's the quarry, and this is what I was talking about. So you've got, actually we'll drive in there in a minute, but there's no stone or anything in there already, so you haven't got piles of stone or piles of lime or anything like that. It's kind of open for you to do whatever you want, but it's very, very cool. I like the way it's done, and I know I've spent on different maps spending ages making my own quarry, so the fact that it's all kind of here, you can spend some time piling up whatever you want and then run various different productions, or like I say, or don't use it at all. Whatever you want to do. I mean, we have got, which we're going to look at in a minute, there's a racetrack out here. You could turn that into an off-road course. I mean, again, whatever you want to do, you do you. You know, if you want to run an immersive story where you're setting, you might want to set up a theme park type thing. I don't know. You know, like JCB, when you can go to JCB and you can have, like they do, like the JCB theme park. There's all things you can do with the various different JCBs. Maybe you could do something like that, an experience centre or something, off-road driving centre, I don't know. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to drive through here simply because, and again I'll show you on the map in just a moment, is if we come out across here, whoa, nearly lost it there. I mean, it's a huge space, plenty of room. And I'll pull up and stop just here. If we go to the map, now if we carry straight on up this road, right at the top here is this little lane. This little lane runs down here and brings you out here. There's a shed there, and this is the off-road, whether it's a motocross course, you want to do it with bikes, or if you want to do it with a little, there's plenty of buggies and kart mods available. So the track runs right the way down the back of the map, comes in here so you can store your carts and stuff, maybe challenge your friends, I don't know. And then you've got a course that runs round the back here, so you've got a little race course, bike course again, off-road driving course. If you decided to do this as a whole sort of centre, you could maybe combine the two, I don't know. So there we go. That's that part. Now we're going to head to plot 171, which is, whoa, blimey, just looking down at my notes. Is a yard. There's no silo on it, there's no animal pens. Careful. There goes my suspension. We should go past the gap to get into the woodland. There you go, just there. Or maybe it was there before. I'm sure I went around the whole thing before and couldn't find a way in. And if that is the case, awesome. Shout out FS Landscaping. So, up here, plot 171. Again, yard, buildings, storage sheds. Bit of space for putting in your own silo, whatever you want to do as well if you want to. Now, was this the one? I'm trying to think. Oh, like I say, I've done so many map tours. No, I don't think it was. I was going to say, was this the one on previously that had a horse pasture on it? But I don't think it did. I might be misremembering this. I might be thinking of a Cavalier Roy map, maybe. Doesn't matter. So, from here, we're going to head back past the woodland, turn right, which will bring us down the lane back out onto the main road. And that, we've been around the map. We've seen pretty much everything. Again, I always say this on a map tour. If I have missed something, I do apologise to you. And I do apologise to the map maker if I have. It's always the case there might be a little plot of land that's got a greenhouse on it, or there might be a plot that's got a pig pen. I don't think there's any other animal pens. I don't think there's any other animal pastures on here. Not that I could tell, but like I say, if I have missed one, I do apologise. We turn down the lane here. Overall, cracking map. And like I said right at the start, I didn't. It's difficult because I sort of started with showing some of the negative things about it, but I think overall, the positives of this map far outweigh any negatives, I personally believe. But only you can decide what map you play on. All I can do is show you what's here, and then you make the decision from that point. So there we go. That's Ladyhill by FS Landscaping. I hope you found all this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.